Well, a very good week to each and every one of you from your instructor. This is James Shelton, welcoming you to this video where I will be, in as few minutes as possible, going over the big project for this course, the drama of Scripture. As you have already begun to become uh, uh, familiar with, your textbook describes 6 acts of God's story in the Bible. And you're going to be writing on those each week. And part of this uh, goes toward this final capstone project. And I just wanted to take a moment to go through it with you. I am actually on the class page on Canvas under the assignment Final Capstone Project. What you're going to be doing throughout the weeks is you're going to be, I believe, beginning in week 2, you're going to be showing me the work that you've done in preparation for this final project. Each one of those has an assignment listed, so you'll see them when they come up. And yes, it is indeed next week when the first capstone project is due. Now, the capstone project, the big paper at the end, is going to be a collection of 6 elevator pitches based upon the 6 acts of God's story outlined in Bartholomew and Goheen's drama of Scripture. If you're not familiar with what an elevator pitch is, just think about how short span of time you have with someone on an elevator, and you're making a pitch to them to possibly buy a product or to convince them of something that you're very passionate about, but you don't have a lot of time. Well, in this paper, we're asking you to limit each of the elevator pitches for the acts to 500 words. Okay, and what again, an elevator pitch is a succinct and persuasive sales pitch. So the goal of this assignment or project is to create a persuasive and engaging retelling of each act of the biblical story. For your final paper, you should compile all of the work that you've done, all of the capstone activities that you've completed into one document with the guidelines following below. It's not just take the rough work that you've done each week and cram it together and submit it. You will not be pleased with the grade that you receive back on that, and I will not be pleased giving you that grade. Uh, and I'll go over those in just a moment. In addition, students should include an emphasis on how each act builds on the previous act. So we're asking you to transition from each act and that build those good transitions between the acts. And what you'll end up with, we're hoping, is a minimum 3,000 word paper, a cohesive and progressive story of Scripture. You should include any suggestions that I give you from our feedback throughout the course. And here is what it should look like in its final polished form. It is due on the very last day of the course, week 7, day 7. Again, each act of the drama of Scripture should be summarized in 500 words. I get very sleepy when it gets past 500 words. And then 500 words, 6 acts, a minimum of 3,000 word paper. Now, here are a couple of things that I'm very stringent about. Please write in Times New Roman font. I know that serif and sans serif and Arial come up sometimes as defaults, but let's write our papers in Times New Roman font, size 12, and double spaced, okay, between the lines, double spaced. You should cite our textbook and other course resources using MLA format, which is basically just the parenthetical in-text citations. If you look here on the page, you'll see that it just has these parentheses around in-text citations. And so for that, all I would want you to do is write Bartholomew uh, or something like that, Bartholomew and comma, and then give me a page number. And those will do. We'd also ask that you provide a works cited page at the end of the paper. I will be grading for college level grammar and syntax. Please utilize the free online writing lab that we have here at Point University. They are here to help you. Matter of fact, I would encourage each of you, if you're unsure about any of your written assignments, to submit them to them. Get them done in enough time where you can submit them to the online writing lab, and they will help you out and help you to become a better writer as well. Okay, but this is the final project at the very end of the course. Now, as I mentioned, you're going to have, and I'm going to go back to my previous screen here. You see here under the assignments, these modules for Capstone Activity 1, Activity 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the final Capstone project. What we're looking for in these is does not necessarily have to be polished, but it has to show work and it has to show citations from both the Bible and the Bartholomew and Goheen textbook, and that will serve you very very well on each of these capstone activities. I'm going to pull down the first one here, which is due week 2, and you have questions here to guide you for what you should write. So each of these is going to have questions that are going to help you it's pointing you in the right direction as to what you're going to be turning in each week. Okay. Now, again, as it says down here at the bottom, this does not need to be polished. Your raw notes are fine. But again, please make sure that you are giving citations from the Bible and also from our primary textbook in the course. Okay? James.shelton at point.edu is my email address, or you can message me here on Canvas. I am here to help you. I'm here to assist you. I'm also here to engage with you in the discussion forums and in your assignments, and I'm looking forward to it. This is one of my favorite classes to teach, and I'm so glad that you're along with me for this session. So God bless you. If you have any questions about any of the assignments, anything comes up, hey, maybe you just need someone to pray for you, please reach out and let me know. God bless each of you, and I'll be seeing you around in the forums and as I grade your papers. So take care, everyone. Bye bye.